got this one.
Perfect.
I'll get back here. All right. Lizzy Williamson, Jenna, head coach Scott Rueck. Scott, your opening statement.
All right. Well, this was just a fun game overall. We have a ton of respect for Washington State and for Cammie, her staff. They do a great job, and we've been in some absolute battles with them over the years, and historically, even before Cammie got there, it's always been just a dogfight, it seems. And so anytime you can separate from them, don't take it for granted. It's a special thing. And so their record obviously isn't great this year, but they're dangerous. When you've got a point guard that's as good as they have, and you've got a center that's as good as she is, and you've got pieces and shooters around the perimeter, they're dangerous. I loved our intensity today. I thought the team came out and played with a attacking, aggressive mentality that's demanded. Consistency has been, one of our nemesis this year, and we're overcoming it. We're learning kind of who we are through adversity over the last few weeks. It's kind of beautiful to watch, and we're becoming more and more consistent, knowing exactly how to play on both ends of the floor. And so I thought a lot of people stepped up and had great performances today. That's a great crowd today. It was a special atmosphere to be a part of, and a great win. And I thought kind of exactly what we needed this time of the year moving forward.
Scott, when you talk about like that intensity straight out the gate, is that something you notice like in the locker room an hour before the game when you can tell there's like, it's just dialed a little bit differently, or is that something that you got to get through a quarter to kind of wait and see?
Usually we're ready to go. I think if you look at the starts to games for us, we have started games very well throughout the year. That hasn't been an issue. It's been, maintaining through success and kind of stopping slides before they dip too deep. Handling adversity is another way of saying that, I guess a better way of saying that. And so I think that has been this team's hurdle this year. Get up 14-4, relax. Today, we did that a little bit. We had an incredible first quarter defensively. I loved our intensity. I thought we were flying around. We were very accurate, challenging everything they wanted to do. Nothing was easy for them in the first quarter. Second quarter, we relaxed just a little bit. Defensive transition mistakes, open threes, were late and fouled a couple times. And so that wasn't there, though, in other games. Where we couldn't relax. And so I think that consistency is more within the game than pregame. I think this team prepares very well.
And for Jenna, been a bit of a cold streak as of late, at least as a scorer. You're back to scoring 20 tonight. I'm curious, what kind of switched up for you over the past couple of weeks, and what was the success you were finding today?
Well, I kind of knew I was in a drought the last couple of weeks, so I was just focusing on doing more intangible things like just defensive intensity and just getting things done that might not show up on the stat sheet. But I just have been trying to get my confidence back, and I've been working hard with Coach Jared and Coach Sid just to get that back. So extra reps in the gym and just focusing on using my legs in my shot, and obviously that worked, so try to keep that up.
And just piggybacking off of his question there, did you feel any difference coming into today's game? Was there anything different that you did leading up to today's game?
Yeah, I think it all starts before shoot around, just when I'm warming up. I kind of know whether I'm feeling good or not, and then in warm-ups before we start, before the game, then I'm also just trying to feel it out and see how I'm feeling. I told Cap before the game that all my shots were going to go in tonight. So, yeah, I just think confidence is the key, and I've been lacking that a little bit. So just having a goldfish mindset and just focusing on the next shot. And after I saw the first one go down tonight, I knew I was fine.
Scott, can you talk about the importance of the minutes Chloe's getting and what kind of impact that will have moving into the home stretch?
Yeah, depth is vital, when you're looking at potentially having to win 3 games in 3 days, in the conference tournament. You need everybody going and understanding their roles and playing well within the system. And I thought, or I think, Chloe has had stretches this season where she's been a huge advantage for us and added depth at not only one position, but three. We've used her at the three, we've used her out there with Kennedy, of course, and it's given us an opportunity to rest Kennedy, and Chloe has the most point guard minutes on our team next to Ken. I just feel like she's a great instinctual basketball player. And sometimes you can't get away with certain things that you want to get away with within the context of a college basketball game where it's scouted so well and defense is just locked down and you're playing for the most efficient shot. A lot of times your creativity and maybe the joy of the game, you have to put it on the shelf to do exactly what the team needs, and which might feel robotic or like you're in a box a little bit. And I know that's boring for her. Doesn't fit her personality. She wants to be free-flowing and try this, try that. And, so I give her a ton of credit for adapting, to college basketball. And we've seen her really mature in that way over the last month in particular. Her shot selection is completely different. It's so disciplined now. It's exactly what our team needs. And she knows our system inside and out, and she's now so accurate defensively that I've been able to kind of put her into any situation, and she holds her own. And I've been very impressed by that. So she's making us much better, with her growth.
Scott, you hold 2 and 10. They entered today averaging, I think, like over 27 points combined. You hold them to 4 points on 2 of 17 shooting.
Who's that?
They're 2 and 10, Villa and
Oh,
Abraham.
okay, gotcha, yep.
So what was key to taking them away, and what was so effective defensively to disrupting them that much?
Yeah, I thought our intensity was outstanding. Kennedy, not just Ken, but Kennedy is so hard to get free from, and when you have that level of skill at the one and you're getting ball screens, right and left, our accuracy today was extremely high, and our intensity never really wavered, and that's really overwhelming to play against, I think. And so I felt like that accuracy kept them to their weakness. Our goal was to force her in to be a passer today, and I know at halftime she was 0 for 6. I haven't even looked at this to see how she ended up 1 for 11. I mean, that was absolutely the game plan. Was to try to speed her up just a little bit and play with a level of energy that was uncomfortable, And then, with Abraham, I think just being there on the catch and forcing her to put it on the floor, not letting a 42% three-point shooter catch and shoot was a huge part of the game plan. And I just thought our, team was very accurate today with following the scout and executing it. I felt like they were largely uncomfortable today, offensively.
For Jenna and Lizzy, the season's long. You guys went through a little bit of a lull there, or a tough stretch there, 4 games. How important was this weekend for you guys to gut out a win on Thursday and do what you're supposed to do today leading into the final weekend into the postseason?
I think it was super important for us, and just to get that momentum rolling, especially heading into March. Great confidence builder, and just showing what we can do and staying tight and all of that. So I think it was really important. Good to be home in Gill around the fans.
Yeah, I agree. I think, honestly, the timing of our lull was perfect. Like, if we're going to have one, then that's a good time to have one, and just build back and before the tournament starts and just end conference really strong. And like she said, just get back together, back to playing our basketball and doing it together. Yeah.
Jenna, I saw you high-five one of the Washington State players when you were coming in. Like, what did it mean to play against your former team, and how fun is that for you?
It's definitely fun just to dominate. I think that was the most fun part. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's another game. That's how I have to treat it. But yeah, I mean, try to take all the emotion out. But yeah, yeah.
Anybody else? All right, thanks everybody.
Thank you. Go Beavs.
Go Beavs.